Then go big on big, this that. Only taking risks, a Rolex hit my wrist. Turning my ears to listen. Hey, to stop blocking my blessings. Giving my daughter the extras. Tell her about all the investments. Tell her every day that she precious. Me and the Lord will protect her. Stacking it up like it's Tetris. I pray she not missing the message. Baby, grow up and go get it. They tell you to stop it, don't listen. Stay focused, don't block off your vision. Just lead with your heart and ambition. Don't block off your purpose or mission. Telling you life can be vicious. Life, you gotta stick with it. Cause life about more decisions. About you gotta take a risk. Your time to shoot, don't miss it. We really be grinding like this. We really be shining for this. In Greece, we eating on biscuit. At Disney in front of the list. Baby, you perfect and you worth it. No daddy got back, he's splurging. Life been good, life been great. I don't mean to brag. Yeah, I'm going to church, I'm praying to God. Got no time to lag. Yeah, this is like Louis, flow like Gucci, cause I'm in my bag. Yeah, stack up your bread, stay out the way, take care of the fam.
Welcome to SSP, Still Standing Podcast. If you trying to build, trying to heal, trying to lead, or just trying to make it through another day and get you some content, some information, what the hell going on, man? You in the right place. I'm here with my brother, OG Strange Real. What's going on, man?
Another day, my boy. How about yourself?
Man, it's good, bro. I just found out that I can be a doctor. I don't gotta go to college. Hell, I don't even think you need to make it through high school. If you got enough to say that you're a doctor, hell, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Seuss. That's all I'm saying, man.
Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Dr. Dre, Dr. Phil. You know what I'm saying? We here, bro.
Why you say that though? Why you say that?
Man, so I know you've been seeing the Cheyenne Bryant controversy.
Yeah.
And one, I'm gonna start like this too. I'm gonna start like this, bro. We don't want to bring down any black women, especially the ones that have done the work, the ones that have spent hours upon hours studying, you know what I'm saying, getting ready, preparation. We understand Black history and how hard it was for us to even get into certain schools.
Yeah.
To this day, the type of discrimination that we go on with higher education.
Yeah.
And so even though we're gonna speak on the Cheyenne Bryant situation, I want to go ahead and tip my hat to the ones that have truly done the work, Black excellence, such as yourself, gang. I ain't even one. Yeah, man, my boy got a master's and he put that work in, dog.
Yeah, I did.
And I don't know where the truth lies in this situation.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to call her a liar.
I mean, I got my hanging up right there, bro, in the man cave. No cap. It's literally right there, bro. So if anybody, man. I don't know if y'all can be able to see it. Can y'all see it?
Yeah, I see a little bit. Go on here and read that off for the people, man. Go on here and read that off for the people, man.
Columbus State University, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Master of Science in Organizational Leadership.
Well, goddamn.
Feel me? So the motherfucker right there, you hear me?
Right there, right?
So,
and I would say that graduating college is not the norm in, Black American culture.
Yeah. I mean,
for a variety of reasons. Circumstance, our culture really doesn't gravitate toward, graduating college. You might go, hell, I went.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people are attracted to the fun aspect of college.
Yeah, for sure.
They sometimes you have people who grow up and they never really got a chance to experience partying.
Fair.
They go to college, and it consumes them to the point where they don't have no type of discipline to be able to say, "Hey, this is a good pleasure, but I also have responsibilities to take care of too."
Yeah.
So and you also have, like, for example, like, my dad went to college, my uncle went to college, you know what I'm saying? And it just, that it wasn't for them. You know what I'm saying? They decided to, get into, driving trucks and, working in the chalk mine and stuff like that. So it's like that was their lane, and they did a great job in that lane. It's just
Right.
the fact that whenever they was in college, they loved playing football. They love playing football. You know what I'm saying? Both my uncle and my dad both play for Albany State University.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, hey, like, they really didn't. Schoolwork wasn't really something they, was a high priority for them. You know what I'm saying? So
But this is one of the various clips that have went viral, bro.
I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. My obedience is to God, not to people. And so as long as I'm in his will and I'm serving and I'm doing his, his word, my sheep will know my voice, even the sheep in wolf clothing. That is not my battle.
Well,
That's
with the
his.
questions that are out there, why not provide the proof of your degree? Why not?
Well, a couple of things, right? I have multiple degrees, and my thing is that my proof isn't something that I have to prove to individuals. My proof is already within my credentials, my degrees, and also more than just my titles. It's in how effective I've been. All of my sessions have been live for the most part. My sessions with Nick Cannon, Cam Newton, Shannon Sharp, B. Simone, they have all been for the world to see. Right? So no one knew who Dr. Bryant was prior to seeing all of my sessions that were live. And they deemed it, as well as I did before they did it, they can't validate me, I validated myself. They deemed it as my work being effective. I am effective at what I do. I'm educated and I'm successful in my lane. And I'll land on this. I created my own lane. And so a lot of times, Marissa, when people see that you created something that maybe they couldn't, admiration turns into envy. And you got to be okay. And you got to be okay with that in that
as an
space.
attack.
Yeah.
But I think, and I've gotten this question from many viewers, and I owe it to them.
You
in
do.
Service to
Absolutely.
them. Why not drop doctor from your name if you cannot bring forth that doctoral degree?
So I've already covered this, right? And we're here obviously to talk about my new book. So I've earned the title. I have multiple degrees, and I'm not going to prove anything to anybody. And we're going to leave it just as that. Yeah.
Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
Baby, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
And that's where, and you're standing by that.
Standing by it. Yeah,
right.
Because I earned it. Absolutely. I've earned the title. I have multiple.
Now, like I said, bro, I don't want to bash her because I feel like shit, enough of the internet has already done that. So,
yeah,
you know what I mean? There's not the MO with SSP.
Yeah.
If you could give her advice.
If I could give her advice?
Somebody with your master's, you know what I'm saying? Somebody
so she
well-educated.
She has, multiple degrees.
Multiple degrees.
And
she done said she got 3 doctorates, gang.
Yeah, I want to believe that she is very, very educated. She's very smart. I just don't understand, if there's a gray area of people feeling like she's not legit. I'm not saying that she has to prove it to people, but like, why are you leaving this gray area for people to have these opinions about you? Like it should take 2 seconds to be able to look up her dissertation, right?
Hey, I'm not the school guy, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I got my
like,
dissertation, you know what I'm saying, as far as I got my doctorate in swag, you know what I'm saying? Dissertation all on Instagram.
But what I'm saying is, like, you can look up Dr. Umar's. You can look up a lot of individuals who have the title of doctor in their name. So I don't want to take anything from her, because she's still, at the end of the day, she's writing books. She's obviously she has people that she that want her service, and she provides a level of service that people love, and I respect that. But
Yeah.
when it comes to her feeling like she doesn't have to prove anything to anybody, then you start to think to themselves like, is it is it real though? Like, is her credentials real? That's the only thing. Where it's like, if I was in her position, I'd be like, baby, don't play with me. This is exactly what I'll do. I'll like, don't play with me. Boom. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
I'll be just like that. Like, I would have no problem showing it. You know what I'm saying? Just because if it makes y'all sleep better at night for me to prove to y'all that I am what I am.
Not
All right,
even
cool.
sleep better at night, gang. This is not just a plethora of people hating on her, right?
Yeah.
Even Dr. Umar, how me and you feel about that, right?
Yeah.
With the scam and the sham, all of that,
Yeah.
I respect his message. It's
Mm-hmm.
just as far as the school and all that, you fumbled that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he still earned that doctorate.
Yeah.
You can find his dissertation online. And the thing from a couple people I talked to, it doesn't always get published online. So
Okay.
every dissertation not going to be online. But
So
then she should still have copies herself.
yeah, I feel like that's definitely the way she's told the story. She said, the university that she went to when she got, her doctorates, she said something along the lines of it shut down or it something of that sort. And she wasn't able to, retrieve her records or some of that sort, right?
Yes.
So it just, I don't know, because I can call Columbia State right now. I may have to pay a few dollars for it, but if I call Columbia State right now and I say I was able to verify my information or whatever they need, they'll send me anything they need to send me. Like, it's not a
My
problem. I
question
can call
though,
Purdue. I can call the school I went to get my bachelor's and be like, hey, something happened X, Y, Z, and I'm pretty sure they have all that. So it's like,
my question though, bro, as far as let's just say Columbus University, they no longer a school.
yeah.
Like, you think you still wouldn't be able to get those records, like if they shut down, or do you think that some source or somewhere would now have these records for you for a long period of time, or indefinite?
When I graduated high school in 2013, right?
Yeah.
I lost my original high school diploma.
Yeah.
I want to say 3 or 4 years ago, I called the school, my high school, because I needed it, right? For when I was applying for a certain job, for some reason I needed my high school diploma.
Yeah.
I didn't have it. I lost it. Within a week, they sent me my high school diploma, and that was over 10 years ago.
So, and that's the issue, bro.
No, not over. Now it's over 10 years.
No. I'm saying as far as for her, because people from that same school, have shown that they can get their transcript within less than an hour.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm definitely not at the doctorate's level to be able to be like, nah, this doesn't happen, because I only have my master's, so they just throw it out there. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't have my doctorates, but speaking on the master's level, like having a master's degree, even just having a bachelor's degree, there is a department that secures your credentials. There's a department that secures all that. It should not matter if a school shuts down. Like, this is something where there's people's jobs is to probably keep up with your records, no matter how long ago it was.
Yeah.
So I find that just hard to believe that. I don't know. I just find that really, really hard to believe that she just had somewhat of an issue when it comes to her records or transcript or whatever. I just find that hard to believe. I find that kind of like a lie. I feel like I don't know, that's like a gray area. I don't know.
My biggest issue with a lot of what she said was that her Shannon Sharp interview and her Cam Newton interview and all of that were live sessions. Like, she went to a bunch of places that really are not going to question her credentials, because like in our community that's kind of rude. You see what I'm saying? Like, we going at face value, especially for a black woman.
So you're saying if she decides to work somewhere, they're not gonna ask for proof of her doctorates?
No. I'm saying that she went on Shannon Sharp's podcast, right?
Yeah.
She went to Cam Newton's podcast. She
Yeah.
talked to Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Are any three of them gonna ask about credentials?
No.
You see what I'm
And
saying?
I also feel like when you know, if you have your doctorates and you're licensed, excuse me, if you're licensed and you have your credentials and all that stuff, and you know you're doing all these services for individuals, I feel like it's kind of like a gray area when it comes to you're letting people know who could potentially be your, like,
Clients.
I feel like that should be confidential. You
But
shouldn't.
that's what she's saying. She doesn't work under a licensing, so she doesn't have to follow by those rules, gang. That was her argument on Joe Budden's podcast, but they was the main ones calling her out, and she just gave a bunch of word salad.
Okay. I don't know, man. I'm not in that department to, like, I'm not fully educated on, you know, when it comes to licenses and when it comes to, like, you know,
She says she don't want to work under a license, man.
And that's cool. That's cool. And I feel like, you know, if she has the knowledge and there's somebody who wants her services,
yes,
they should do it.
Okay, but let's be real too, though. What knowledge is she kicking that we don't already know?
Well, if everything is true about, you know, the classes that she's taking, you know, whatever she did to actually, you know, get her bachelor's, master's, she said she has a plethora of doctorate degrees, right? She said she has a lot of doctorates, right? It ain't just
6
whatever.
degrees.
Well, that's a lot of degrees. What I'm saying is,
like, bro, come on, bro.
Hey, bro, I'm saying if she has those many degrees, her brain in a rock, bro. Like, she know her shit. She's really,
knows what though, bro? If she's speaking on what have you seen in the interview that says she knows what she's talking about? When a lot of the stuff that she's speaking on, she can't even prove in her own life. You speaking about relationships, but you was engaged for 10 years, and none of these dudes have come out and say, you know what, yeah, I was engaged to her. You know, hey, we was together.
So you feel like a therapist, because does she consider herself a therapist?
No.
So what does she consider herself as?
Technically a life coach.
Okay, so as a life coach, you think that it's not right for a life coach to give you advice, even though it doesn't follow in their personal life?
What episode was we talking about? Just that? What did you say?
What
did you say? If somebody not living that, when we was talking about if somebody that got divorced talk to you about your, so how you gonna feel about that then? She can't even stabilize her own relationship to be talking to people about relationships.
So, but you can still give great advice. It ain't working in her favor. Well, I'm saying you can still give great advice, but even though that great advice that I'm giving you for you to be able to better your life, maybe in my personal life, it's just not working.
Or maybe you're a hypocrite.
I mean, that's just like me letting you know the positive things that can go into a relationship that makes it healthy. And it's just the fact that, like, you know, there's friction in my marriage as well. But it doesn't mean that just because there's friction in my marriage or my relationship, or I've been engaged for this amount of years, maybe that's not really her problem, because just because she's been engaged to 10 plus years, we don't know who she was with that was
She
prolonging
said
it.
that she kept prolonging it to go to school, bro. These are her words. I'm not making up nothing. I'm not adding no sauce to it.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, hey, if that maybe that was a problem within the marriage. She was thinking about
Okay,
herself.
I'm saying
What
that.
I'm
Okay, cool.
saying
So
is,
you saying that?
her,
Hold on. So you saying that you didn't want to go through with the wedding, you want to keep going to school. This is what she said on the
yeah,
Breakfast Club, man. But
okay,
you're talking to Cam Newton about his lifestyle in
yeah,
the interview.
yeah. But she's speaking on, like, she was speaking about Cam and how many women that he's with and how many broken homes that he's creating. Let's be
Cam
honest.
is not one of them boys, bro. All them kids taken care of,
How do we
dog.
know that though?
Huh? Because the
How do we
man
know
said
that?
out of his mouth.
What?
You ain't never heard nothing from none of Cam Newton's baby mothers, ever.
What I'm saying is, I'm speaking on whenever they go back to the mom, right? And I'm
Yes.
not talking about slandering his name. I'm speaking on whenever the kids go back to the mom's house, right? What male presence is in that house?
Bro, are you saying that you don't think Cam Newton and the type of persona he has, he not always in his kids' business? Because
We
that's what
don't
he
know that.
speak on. I'm
We
talking
don't
on
know.
4th and 1. I'm talking about what he said out of his mouth, and
And
there is nobody to
I'm not
contest
here,
it.
and I'm not here to assume that this is happening. What I'm saying, there's always a possibility that, yeah, great, everything that he's showing. Of course, whatever he's showing, he wants it to be amazing. Everything on camera, of course he wants it to look like it's amazing. Of
I'm
course,
not
because
saying
it's
that
on
Cam
camera.
Newton is trying to look amazing, gang. I'm just saying when he speak about taking care of his kids, when
Yeah,
anybody try to combat any of that, he's on
yeah,
their necks because he understands the presence that he is and what he's doing for his kids. He's not
yeah.
playing around with that. So even when you try to speak on his situation, that's his situation. He didn't ask her for advice about that. Women gravitated towards that because that was like a version of Kevin Samuels. Oh, it's a black woman holding black men accountable. And
Yeah.
then we look at your lifestyle, we look at everything that you've been through, and we can't understand why you giving the advice you giving. You at the Jeezy
So,
concert with no clothes on, bro. Come on, bro.
okay, so
Like,
I ain't gonna lie, I don't follow her enough to know all this information that you throwing out
oh,
there. I ain't
okay.
gonna
I
lie
know.
to
I'm just
you.
saying the stuff that's been the talk about her as far
Yeah,
as
so
the engagement stuff and
yeah.
how she presented herself at the Jeezy concert, and even with this, telling people to stand on it, and she doesn't give a fuck. Like, how professional is that for somebody of her stature, somebody of her higher
Yeah,
education, to come
I
off
agree.
like that, bro? But then to
I
talk to
agree.
Cam Newton, a millionaire, about what the hell he got going on, and he didn't ask for none of that.
Yeah.
He asked for an interview to figure out who you were. We know who he is.
There's a level of professionalism where I feel like, especially when you know that you're in the media now, so whatever you say is gonna reach a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that. I feel like there needs to be a level of professionalism, because not only did she said it on Breakfast Club that she really don't she really don't care, but she didn't say it that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know she need to be able to, I ain't gonna really say like code switch, but there needs to be a level of professionalism when you're put yourself in a position where you are a doctor. Because imagine if a doctor walking to you go to the hospital, you go somewhere, and Buddy is cussing cussing it up in the room with you. How would you feel?
Not even cussing. Let's just say, bro, he didn't got the job. You go with something that's against what your body need, and you like, bro, who is this guy? Let me get credentials. And then when you ask for that, they
He
like,
tell
hey, you
you,
don't
I
need to
don't need to show
prove
you shit.
nothing.
I don't need to show you shit.
I don't need to show you nothing before you have surgery. I don't
What you
need
gonna
to
do?
show you
What you about
what
to
you're
do?
supposed to do. That's what
I'm
I'm
walking,
saying, though, gang.
I'm walking out.
So my real advice to her would be, bro, while you got all of this momentum, I would just go ahead. If you really not and you just trying to hold on to it because you trademarked it, I would just tell people the truth now, because us at the black community, we gonna still hold you up.
Yeah,
We gonna
I
talk
do
shit.
feel like she has degrees. I'm not gonna sit here and see like she has nothing. I do feel like she has degrees. I do feel like maybe she did everything to earn her doctorates, but something I'm not gonna sit here and act
I
like
don't believe that
she has
doctrine.
nothing.
I'm gonna just be honest. The degrees, she got some form of degrees. I give you that. She is very well educated.
Yeah,
Like, if you a doctor, bro, if you've earned that right, bro, you not finna, especially with no heat like this, when it's tarnishing your brand.
yeah,
Like, and now people are coming out with all types of stories about how they worked with you in the past, and TV shows have said we don't want to put doctor in front of your name, and da 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 and all of this stuff. When she did
yeah.
Teen Mom and all of this, bro, just be honest.
Wait, she did what?
Teen Mom,
Who did Teen Mom?
Cheyenne Bryant, she was one of them coaches or whatever that would talk to the
Oh, she was
girls.
a life coach for the TV show Teen Mom.
Yeah, they put doctor, but they put some other stuff behind it that was showing that it's not like the real doctor, and that was back then.
Okay, damn.
She was
I didn't know
also
that.
in the Jay-Z video back when.
Who's in Jay-Z video?
Cheyenne Bryant.
She was a video vixen.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, bro. Yeah,
Oh, I ain't know that.
yeah, bro.
I ain't know that. But
She was
hey,
on what's it called too, bro? Housewives or one of them shows.
the real Housewives of Atlanta, like one of those type shit.
Or the basketball one, bro. I think.
I don't know. I think the Basketball Wives or something like that. Wait,
something like that. Yeah, she was on one of the shows, and one of the girls, you know, when they do the reunion and they be scripting, arguing, and all of that.
She just has to just so happened to be in the mix of all that. She was just there.
No, she was on the show, gang. I'm telling you,
Oh,
one of the girls said all of this way back then.
I don't follow her like that.
I found all of this just yesterday.
Oh shit! All right.
I had to get prepared for the show. I had to do all types of research.
Damn, I didn't know that, bro. The thing about it is, I see her on Instagram. I see her on Facebook. And when I do see the clips and I do see the stuff, like, you know, she sounds like she knows what she's talking about. She's, you know, it sounds like, yeah, she knows what she's talking about. But the fact that she's not going that hard to let everybody know, don't play with me, I got my shit. Like, I don't know. I just
don't know a black person that's not gonna do that, bro.
Yeah, because I'll be quick to be like, especially if I was a doctor. First of all, my last name is Strange, so the fact that I'll be considered Dr. Strange is crazy, as it is. So you're gonna tell me, oh, you ain't a real Dr. Strange, you don't have your real doctorates. Don't play with me. Boom. Like that's me though. That's me.
But that's all, bro. That's our community, gang. You got pictures in your cap and gown?
Of course. Me and my wife.
You don't think she would have that? She got her honorary doctorate, but that's not the title that she's claiming.
He earned a real doctorate of education degree from Barry University in 2012.
Real black excellence, gang.
Yeah. Shout out Shaq. His doctoral project focused on leadership styles and humor in leadership. He completed 54 credit hours and reportedly graduated with a 3.8 GPA.
Okay, but boom, you see how you can look that up?
Yeah. I don't even know where Barry University is at. I thought all his was LSU, but wherever Barry University is at.
But you see how fast you just looked that up, gang?
Okay, it's in Miami, Florida.
Okay.
Yeah. Shaq, he just got his master's in something else. The person who was speaking, it was like, Shaquille, I hate Charles Barkley, O'Neal. That was funny.
Nah, that's what's up, bro. But speaking of degrees, gang, I had seen this. I wanted to get your take on this, gang.
The Department of Education has now come out with a list of degrees that they are saying will no longer be considered professional. And this list will take effect July of 2026. Some of the degrees that they said are no longer professional include a physical therapist, an occupational therapist, advanced nurse practitioners, a physician assistant, teachers, a speech language pathologist, and there's more. But when I saw this again, I couldn't believe it. Because what does that mean on the back end? On the back end, that means that they are attacking female dominant fields. That's a major blow right there. And secondly, people that are interested in those specific degrees will have a lesser chance in getting the federal funding that they need to get in those programs.
I agree. All of those professions are definitely female dominated. And it's sad because it's not only female dominated, it's Black female dominated.
But essentially, it's not going to do nothing for the job itself. It's going to make it harder for them to get funding for that degree, bro. So they're going to have to get private loans to be able to even go through that degree plan.
So it says the change people are talking about is mostly tied to the U.S. Department of Education redefining which graduate programs count as professional degrees for federal student loan purposes, not saying the degrees are fake or unusable. It says programs being reported as losing professional degrees classification include all of the stuff in the video that she said. It says the biggest effect is expected to be lower federal graduate loan limits, elimination of grad plus loans for many of these programs starting July 1st, 26, a lower lifespan borrowing cap around 100,000 instead of 200,000 for certain professional programs like medicine or law. It says education graduate degrees may no longer qualify under the federal professional degree category. Your teaching license or degree does not suddenly become invalid. Schools can still hire certified teachers. This mainly impacts financial aid and borrowing rules.
So all the money play.
Yeah.
All the money play.
So it's going to directly impact the financial aid and the borrowing rule.
Okay, so good read. So we got more information. So
okay,
that still affects the job market.
Yeah, they do.
It still does, bro. That still affects a lot of Black women trying to get into these paths are already going down these paths, and now they funding is cut, gang.
Ooh.
People are almost done with their degree and they're going into their senior year and finding out that because of the degree plan, they can't get no more FAFSA, no more financial aid to cover this last year. That's what that sounds like, right?
Yep.
In my tweet, like
no, that's why that's what it's saying, bro.
So then it's like, okay, does it mean it's gonna be less teachers? Is it gonna be less physical therapists? Because now, like, this is a private loan business. Now you got to find somebody finna give you a cutthroat interest rate just so you can be a physical therapist.
Okay, so it says. Okay, so this is the current system. It says students and programs considered professional degrees like medicine, law, dentistry, and some graduate health/education programs could often borrow higher federal loan amounts, use grad plus loans to cover remaining tuition, living costs, reach lifetime federal borrowing limits closer to 200,000 plus, depending on program type. It says this is the possible new system. It says if a program is reclassified as non-professional, federal borrowing caps may drop significantly. Some students may lose access to grad plus loans. Lifetime federal loan limits could be capped closer to 100,000. Students may need private loans, out-of-pocket payments, employer tuition assistance, and cheaper in-state programs. So, for example, for a teaching program or for a teaching degree, say a master's in education costs tuition $45,000, living expenses $25,000, and it's a total of $70,000. It says under older rules, a student could potentially finance most of that federally. Under newer limits, federal loans may cover less. You might hit borrowing caps faster. Remaining costs could require private lenders, which often have higher interest rates and stricter approval requirements.
So who are already not getting mortgage loans? So who are already be getting discriminated, get car loans?
Yeah, it seems like
come on, man.
they want more things for it to be less covered. So all these federal loans, a lot of that stuff is going to have to be paid out of pocket. It can be out of your pocket.
So that's what I'm saying. Okay, so how many people going
and if you can't do that, the remaining is going to be required through a private lender, and you're going to have higher interest rates.
You're gonna get screwed, bro.
Approval requirements.
You're gonna get BTA, bro, and just school loans by itself.
Yeah. But I feel like it's just the fact that their professions that they try to consider as non-professional, it just so happened to be in a profession where it is dominated by
black women.
Exactly. So, like I said again, all of this is a motive, bro. This is like the stuff that you have to read and have to like read between the lines without them pretty much saying they want us to have federal loans that is covered less, that the borrowing caps, you might hit it faster. Instead of it being at 200,000, it could be the cap could be 100,000.
Yeah.
Like it's all a plan. It's all the motive.
Look though. See, they cutting funds and trying to stop more loans for these degree plans, but this is what they have time for again.
Here's Donald Trump explaining to us taxpayers why we have to pay $1.776 billion.
The Justice Department has this new fund that was announced today, $1.7 billion.
Yeah.
Why should taxpayers pay for the January?
Well, it's been very well received. I have to tell you, I know very little about it. I wasn't involved in the whole creation of it and the negotiation.
Stop.
But this is reimbursing people that were horribly treated.
Did he just say he was not a part?
He said,
this is my first time seeing this video. Did he just say this is his first time hearing about? Like, come on, man. He was a part. He wasn't in the room making this. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Horribly treated. It's anti-weaponization. They've been weaponized. They've been, in some cases, imprisoned wrongly. They paid legal fees that they didn't have. They've gone bankrupt. Their lives have been destroyed. And they turn out to be right. I mean, it was a terrible period of time in the history of our country. And they worked on it. I know the Justice Department, it's really been working on it very hard. There's been numerous other occasions over the years where things like this have been done, but these were people that were weaponized and really treated brutally by a system that was so corrupt, with corrupt people running it, and they're getting reimbursed for their legal fees and the other things that they had to suffer. Yeah, please. Dan?
So in other words, if you do the crimes for Donald,
hey man, say man. So 1.8 billion. We're gonna round up because they're trying to say 1.7, 1.8 billion. Reparations. And they not really talking about the important part of this entire deal, which is Donald Trump not being prosecuted for any of the crimes he's done while he's been in office. This is what we not talking about. Folks worried about the 1.8 billion.
Or even the agreement that he made with the IRS that says that they would never ever look into his tax information ever again.
What that sound like, bro? Because the 1.8 sound like a distraction. Y'all go fight that. Yeah, take that part out the deal. But keep this in there. But we cutting funding on these degree plans and folks getting loans and trying to do better and be a great person for society and get into
being a great person for society
and
they
all of
want to
that.
be able to teach some kids and have them be a great human being as well. But guess what? In June, the funding is going to get cut.
Word. And we don't got no money. But the president of the United States is buying stocks and negotiating with those same companies in the same day.
Insider trading.
And ain't nobody like, what the fuck are we doing, guys? Obama could have never got away with this shit. Obama would have never got away with this shit. I'm not the biggest Obama fan, gang, but Obama wouldn't have got away with none of this.
Buddy wore a tan suit and they tore his ass up. He never wore that motherfucker again. Buddy wore a tan suit and they castrated his ass.
Okay, so let's just say the people that went up to the Capitol and the incident happened with the cop and they rushed the building and all that. Let's say they look like us. No. Let's just say they look like us.
First of all, we wouldn't be breathing right now.
Okay, so boom.
Let's go ahead and throw that out there. We would not be alive.
Yeah.
They would have aired that bitch out. Come on now. Don't stop playing now.
People do know in 1985 in Philadelphia, there was a group called Move and they bombed their fucking block, right? They bombed their block. There's memories of it to this day. Like, do y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
So what you think they would have did to us? Think we would have got reparations though?
We would have got bullet holes.
These folks,
that's what we would have got.
A few of them attacked police officers, gang. Like, what are we talking about?
And the crazy thing about it is, some of those individuals that was pardoned, a lot of them are child molesters. They're predators. But no one wants to talk about that part.
Hey, a lot of them did get jail time and stuff, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
A lot of them that was pardoned, they did other crimes, other heinous crimes.
Okay. Right.
I'm saying those people that they don't deserve to be in jail.
Sure, birds of a feather gonna flock together. Though, you do what I'm saying?
Yeah, they do.
And it's just funny how we can cut funding for people trying to educate themselves and then we don't even know. Let's just be real, bro. Knowing the president, knowing his MO, knowing the lies, it's like we don't want to divvy into the politics. But bro, if you don't know what the hell going on right now, bro, you're doing yourself a disservice. I don't care how fucked up your life is, what you got going on, bro. If you don't know what these people are doing right now, bro, you are fooling yourself. Even the ones but it's not even a Republican Democrat thing, bro. It's MAGA versus Republicans and Democrats. Because even them are saying, bro, what the hell going on?
At this point, it's MAGA versus everybody.
Because they got deal with Israel. Let's just be honest. Shooting them all types of money. Soldiers dying for nothing. We're not gonna forget about that.
Yeah.
Bruh is buying all types of stocks, doing insider trades. We still ain't got the Epstein files redacted. And now we're talking about a $1.8 billion fund to go to his allies and people that are terrorists. Let's just call them what they are, bro.
Yeah, they thugs.
And we're not even talking about the underlying part of him making a deal of not being able to be prosecutor of his crimes for him being in office. Or them being able to look into his taxes. What is that telling y'all, man? And now they say his approval rate is up today.
Man,
So what? Because you see what they doing with the gerrymandering.
Yeah.
Before midterms.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about the next candidate. Like, who the next person? Because it seems like they trying to rewrite the rules, don't it? Like they trying to give Buddy a third term or something. Like, it just seemed fishy around here.
When I tell you, bro, if I see a notification on my phone and it said it has been passed that Trump will be allowed to run for, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if people are for something that's against the Constitution.
Man, y'all cannot.
I would not be surprised if everybody was like, "Oh my God!" I mean, I'm so happy that Trump is running for something that goes directly against the Constitution.
Catch me in them protest, gang. I'm not gonna hold you. As a people, we can't stand for that. I'm sorry, we can't. I'm sorry, we can't. Y'all can't lie. Even the ones who support him can't sit here and lie and be like he's doing a good job. They can't even lie to themselves. Y'all hard-earned money. Even y'all, no, I'm saying y'all hard-earned money that's being taxed. Y'all being taxed 25%, and that's going to them. And let's just be honest too. Do we really feel like he giving that to the people of January 6th? Let's just be honest.
Man, that shit going to him and his employees.
That's what I'm trying to say. It ain't even about that. People stuck on that. Their money not going to them. He don't care about them enough to give them a fund and let them apply for it and get reparated. He don't care about that.
About it at all.
He already told the American people he don't care about y'all financial situation. He said that verbatim and then double down.
Yeah.
If Iran had a nuclear weapon with everything they've been through, you don't think they would have been pop shit? If they really felt the way they felt and all of the turmoil they've been through, if they had a nuclear weapon.
And nobody is over here knows what's really going on unless you're over there. That's the thing that get me. It's the people that's over here and that will stupidly sit there and says, well, they had weapons. They had nuclear. You don't know that shit. You don't know that for real. You ain't over there to know that shit for real.
And then they people that said, no, we don't. Which, I can't even say.
You know how fast a rumor can get spread around about a lie.
But bro, how long we been over there? And look at the deals Obama had in place, though, gang. We can go back to that. But I'm saying with everything these people that went through, it was
a little bit more. I ain't gonna say it was the best of friends, but there was at least peace. There was at least like, all right, cool. There was respect, cool. We peaceful. Like, hey, just calm it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do nothing crazy. We ain't do nothing crazy. You feel me? Like, it was.
And people stop trying to read y'all Bibles, bro. Stop trying to say this is not the Israel of the Bible. Are y'all not understanding? They created this. These folks don't even believe in Jesus. They can't even say Jesus' name. Yahweh, Yahweh, they can't say it. They made this up. Got all of y'all fooled. This is the real. No, it's not. Did the Bible not speak of people making fake altars?
Yeah.
Like, bro. Because then, and I don't want to get canceled, gang. I don't want to get canceled.
Who gonna cancel us?
Shit, we don't got no. Ain't got no sponsors. We don't got no sponsors.
Podcast, bro. Hey, stop. Hey, shut that shit down, bro. Stop with all that trying to get canceled. No.
But what I'm about to say though, shit. Next year when we pop off, they'll try to bring the clip back and all that.
Hey,
but maybe, just maybe,
yeah,
we was on the wrong side of history. I'm gonna leave it at that. Because that boy with that small mustache, I don't think he was as crazy as people making it seem now. Look at current history, bro.
ain't think you gonna go that route. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't think you gonna say that, my boy. Hey,
Look at the group of people that's holding the media hostage. You can't say nothing.
yeah.
You got blue and white commercials. Don't down them. Who the hell was ever downing them? For y'all to have commercials at the Super Bowl. Who was ever against y'all? But it seems they're the ones doing the damage right now in current history. So that's why I say what I say. Maybe he knew something we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
It was a reason why he had a following.
Yeah.
And if you really about God message, you see what I'm saying? Us as a unit, peace, prosperity. Not all that law and order and all these rules, bro. That's Paul and all that, bro. That's the bull. We're talking about God's order. Real law, peace, and love, knowing his heart. We can't say what the small hats is doing right now as far as Gaza and what them folks just bombing whatever the hell they want to and creating real genocide. Like, we can't say that that's God's message. But people are so fooled and thinking, you know, that's the land. And made in 1954. What that tell you? They want to westernize over there, and it's not happening. That's the fight, people. They want to force those people over there to live how we live, so they can control it how they control what we got going on right now. That's the plot. Everybody missing. It's just the folks that they fighting. They standing on their religion. They standing on their religion, what they believe. And they are killing these people, bro. They killing them. Babies and everything, bro. Kids. Whole buildings falling down. People walking in the street like it's normal. And then I can't even focus on y'all over there because my people still fucked up. Niggas can say we gonna give money to people that storm the Capitol, but you niggas still won't acknowledge slavery, man. Get the fuck. Sorry to curse y'all, but I'm just saying, man. So as much as my heart and compassion go out to them folks, I still gotta worry about what's going on, mainly with my people over here. And we still fuck.
Yeah.
So then I gotta ask, bro, because shit, black people been taking the back seat. This is not our fight. This is not our battle. Hell, when the time to stand up, come together. When is it? Because the longer we stay divided as African Americans, ones who ain't have no choice to come over here. If you came over here as an immigrant and all that, hey, congratulations, you made a life. You had loans and things we could never get. But I'm talking about our people, bro. The longer we stay divided and the longer they keep moving stuff behind the scenes, we're going to become a victim to that because we're taking the back seat. Because as much as we want to believe this is not our battle, shit ain't going to change until we get on the front lines because we're God's children, bro. I'm saying everybody, us, we're God's children. It's the reason why we get the hate that we get. Some would say this would be about the closest hate that Jesus got. Just speaking the word.
Yeah.
So when do we come together and stand up? Because hell, if we don't come together soon, bro, we all scattered and we all saying this not our fight. But you got to understand, we built this country. They didn't build it. We built it. The problem is we ain't take ownership. So I know y'all see the news and you want to believe, hey, oh, we don't got a dog in this race and all of this, bro. If we don't come together, shit, bro. Because the power is when we have unity. And in American history have shown that they are scared of that.
Yeah.
Black Wall Street, Black Panther Party, Philadelphia, Deep Ellum. Whenever we take ownership and come together, guess what they do? Something in place, some law, something that's going to divide, something that you can't get over, another hurdle. It's always going to be like that for us. But if we have each other, well, we can get through that together. Easy. But when you trying to do 100-meter hurdles by yourself and you don't got good timing, hey, you ain't going to finish that race so smooth, gang.
Yeah.
So, you know, hey man, we gotta figure it out, black folks. We gotta figure it out, man. I ain't the most educated. I'm not an expert in nothing. I was in the Army, you know what I'm saying? Got good corporate standing as far as, you know, being in the workforce. But when it comes to this here being black, I love it. And I know that we ain't even reached our full potential. And maybe I won't be alive to see it. But these are the talks that you need to start having right now with your kids. I know that we want to put our kids in private school and give them the better life. And boy, the world don't care about none of that. They don't give a damn because all that they see, regardless of what you do, LeBron James is LeBron James. But to them white folks, LeBron James still a nigga. Don't get it fucked up, y'all. But sure, man, we're gonna get on the lighter tone, man. Know you used to be on that football. Check these out, man.
This type of shit makes me miss playing football. I cannot lie. Told y'all about them AE1 low cleats last week. And I'm not gonna lie. After seeing these, there's no way anybody in the cleat game can compete. Nike gave us the pearls last year. But all of these colorways, bro, come on, the black on black, was the LSU purple and yellow, but the Carolina blue and black, the maroon.
Hey, what you think? Hey, them nice now.
When I was in high school, hey, you know what was popping?
Vapor Maxes.
Yeah, them two. Hey, them Cam Newtons was one of the ones.
Nah, we was sponsored by Nike, my boy. We couldn't do that.
Okay. We ain't had them fun. I feel like our uniform was Russell. I think that's what it
like
was.
My sophomore year, I think it was Russell. And then after that,
we had them funds. Like you can wear whatever shoes you want to wear. We weren't sponsored by
we
nobody.
had they gave us cleats and everything. We had they wasn't the Vapor Maxes. They was like blue and white because we was the Lobos. We was blue and gold.
Okay.
But I only wore them shoes during practice. Everybody know I had the Vapor Max, the Nike IDs, school colors, with my name on the back, with the number 1 on that whole Hollywood on the back of my shoes.
Sheesh.
Cold. Hey, man. And then my senior year, we got the names on the back of the jersey.
Oh, we ain't never got to that point. I want to say we just had numbers, bro. We ain't never had no names on the back. So let me was it Velcro or was it stitched on? Like what like was it like Velcro or was it I ain't never had a jersey with my name on it.
It was printed on.
Oh,
like,
okay.
on, yeah, for sure, bro. When nobody else hopping on that.
So what happens or what they cut it out whenever the season over with if you want to switch jerseys or whatever?
Nah, my school get brand new jerseys every year.
Oh, y'all had money.
Yeah, they 5'8" now, 6'8" now, whatever that joint is.
Our school was single A.
Oh, that's but hey, some of the best that came out of Georgia single A. So I Yeah, I give it that, bro. I ain't gonna just say that. You know what I'm saying? We had money, but we wasn't good. So
Yeah. Right now we have three dudes that came out of Wilkes County that that's in the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm. Bro, we done had one dude make it to the league, bro. Shit,
For real?
Cole Beasley.
For real?
Okay.
Okay.
Cole used to come back when he was at SMU. We'd be practicing.
Okay.
He'd be out there. Hey, Cole, you got the Adidas done. You still ain't never send me any of the other stuff, bro. I know you don't remember, little bro. Used to be on the field running routes all that. I know you don't remember that. I was a DB. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't remember that. I seen you was getting your work in. And his dad was coach the freshman year. So, you know, his dad,
Okay.
he used to play quarterback.
Okay.
Highlights was crazy. But then let me see if I got any more for you real quick, bro. Oh, we was talking about this, bro. Last little topic.
Black parents have a completely different parenting style when it comes to finances and economics than white parents. And I noticed this when I got white friends and I used to stay over their houses and like hear them talking to their parents and asking them for money, because I noticed a huge difference. When it comes to black parents, a lot of black parents will have children expecting that their children will be more successful than them and then therefore support them and the wealth will go upwards. Whereas white parents are more likely to spend money on their children just for their children. If you start making decent money as a black person, most likely your black parents will then ask you for money to help with their finances. Whereas in white families, even when their kids do make money and they are considered well off, their parents are still likely to chip in to help them with their bills. But in the black community, it's almost like expected that if you're making good money for yourself, you're expected to somewhat support your parents financially. And I see so many young black people who are helping their parents pay the water bill and the light bill, and they're helping pay the rent, and they're sending their parents money for food. Whereas I've met white people who are literally 24, 25, and their parents still pay their insurance and phone bill. I don't see why black parents treat their children this way. Black parents have a completely different parenting.
So we did speak on this before. This is the last topic. I know it's been a little serious. It's been a little serious now.
Yeah.
But we spoke on this before. And he put that into good context. So why do we do that?
I feel like when you in the black community, I feel like once you as a child are considered yourself as an adult, I'm an adult. I feel like wanting that label so bad of saying I'm grown, I'm an adult. A lot of people in the black community want to treat you as such. You want to be an adult?
Nah, bro, we can't do that.
No. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. But when you
that's not the main factor, though, bro. I'm saying how many mamas put electricity bills in their kids' names, credit cards in their kids' names back in the day, mess the credit up. As soon as you get your first job, oh, now you got to pay this light bill. Now you got to pay this water bill. So I get what you're saying, but that's not the main factor when it comes to how these parents be treating their kids once they start, you know, getting finance, start getting some funds.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I didn't really start, becoming an actual like an adult until I actually went into the army. So it's like before then, like I told my dad, I wanted my own bank account. I told my dad I wanted to start doing this because I wanted to start doing stuff on my own. I told my dad I wanted to start doing stuff on my own. Like my dad wasn't tripping about paying nothing. Matter of fact, I feel like my dad just now stopped paying for my sister's for being part of the phone bill. I don't feel like I don't know. I feel like it depends on what the family you grew up in, because I don't feel like all black parents act like this, but there are more than none. There are some that's like that. I'm not gonna lie. But my experience, it was more of, I wanted the responsibility of doing stuff on my own because I never I never known how to pay a phone bill. I never knew how, this bill or that bill, because all I known was just my dad was taking care of it. So it was just my step into trying to just step into being an adult, being grown. So, but for people who felt like when they get a job and they're 15, 16 years old and their parents say, hey, you need to pay for this water bill, this light bill, and you need to pay for your own phone bill now. I mean, damn, like they should want a job to have the money to be able to spend that money on whatever they want, not to be forced to pay bills because they feel like they got a job now. I feel like that's kind of messed up. You supposed to
reality though.
When you in high school, when you working at the AMC, you working at the movie theater, or you working at a whatever, you working at Subway, whatever. Man, that little money supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? If I want to buy me something nice to eat, if I want to go to the movies, if I want to do X, Y, Z, it's supposed to be fun money. It ain't supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be, mentally mixing your child up as a child, making them feel like this is how adulthood is supposed to be.
I'm gonna be honest. That's how my mom treated my sister.
Damn.
It's being real, bro. My sister got put in that position. I left in that very position, yeah.
I mean, we were talking to Alana, and Alana, she was sending pictures of my wife, and she's working at a movie theater. And Alana wants to do that. She want to one day, be in high school, working in the movie theater, and she loved that whole scenery of, being around popcorn and all that drinks and stuff. So when she do start working, like I'm not gonna expect her to pay no damn bills.
I don't expect none of that shit from my kids, bro. I'm gonna be honest, and black people as a whole, we need to stop that joint. Let your kids get to the point where they're going to be able to sustain. Y'all see what the hell going on in this economy. Stop playing around and using your kids as a pawn because you fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of these parents be trying to do, bro. Anger their kids to get them to move out because they really can't take care of themselves. They can barely find breathing room. So if I start an argument with them or I make them pay this, okay, that give me the breathing room. Or if I start an argument and kick them out or whatever the case is, and now I can have breathing room to take care of myself.
Yeah.
We gotta start speaking the truth, bro. It ain't about us as kids wanting to be grown, because where we get that mentality from? The parents always saying what? As soon as you hit 18, what?
You grown?
So it ain't about you just, I want to be grown. A lot of kids getting that message at 14, 15.
So this how they say it. Oh, when you grown and on your own, you can do what you want to do. So in their mind, it's like, all right, so when I become a certain age, I can do what I want to do. And without them realizing it,
what's the trick?
Man,
what's the trick?
Rude awakening.
What's the trick?
Oh,
can you do what you want to do?
Yeah, you get out the house.
Do what you want to do.
Now. You grown now.
I'm saying, when you actually become an adult, can you truly do what you just want to do?
No.
That's the lie, though. Okay? That's the trick. You can't get out here and just do what you want to do, even if you got money.
Yeah.
It's rules and regulations, obligations.
Yeah.
So even when you telling your kids that, bro, that's not the truth. You trying to finesse them to get on. And too many of our people between 18 and 22 getting that rough space. Hell, I can even say to 25, being a rough space trying to figure it out, because you told them when they by themselves they could do what they want to do, but then give them the expectations of what come with that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying all parents, because some of them, they do a great job of giving kids realistic expectations of this world. I'm not saying everybody. But the status quo black parent with their kids, bro, like, we got to stop that message, man. Your kids need to be in that house under your wing for as long as possible.
Yeah.
You brought them in the world, guy, and you really need to be on top of it and ensuring that they can have a great adulthood. Because being honest, bro, your life over. Sir, ma'am, you done been on all the cruises. You done did all the road trips. You done been in every club. It's over. You have kids. It's their life. You here to help them figure it out. You wanted to get freaky. You wanted to get busy. And she got pregnant. And now you resent the fuck out of it, mom or dad. Now you telling your kids, when they get 18, you gonna get out. Nah, bro, that's not it, man. No. How you think these white kids getting ahead? How you think the Asian kids getting ahead? How you think the Mexican kids getting ahead? 3 families being a 5-bedroom.
Yeah.
So as much as I'm talking about unity, this is another part of it. And I feel like our generation of parents, we understand, and we doing a lot to try to fix all of the stuff that's happened in the past with our community. And that's a lot of pressure for us, bro, as black dads. The ones in the early 30s, still trying to figure it out, still grinding, and then knowing that they got to be present in their kids' life. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We don't even hang with niggas that don't hang with their kids. I won't even hit you up. Dang, it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So it's bigger than just putting a roof over their head, putting clothes on their backs, and putting food in their mouth. Lessons, morals, where they heart at, where your mind at, how you view the world, how they view you, history, understanding, teaching patience, finances, assets, and trumping all of that, Yahweh. And in order for them to truly receive that message, wouldn't you rather it come from you than hardship? Hey, but that's all, man. You got anything else, brother?
Hang on in this, bro.
SSP Still Standing Podcast on YouTube. SSP _ Still Standing Podcast on IG. Still Standing Podcast on Facebook. Still Standing Clips on Facebook. BB Hollywood _ on all platforms. OG.Strange on all platforms. We appreciate y'all. Believe in us. We believe in you. We gonna change the world one episode at a time. SSP, man. Oh, well.